Troops, how we doing? I'm here tonight, the Eagle podcast, with a very special guest, the man behind the Forge. Graeme, how we doing, friend?
Good evening, sir. Proud to be here. Thanks for having me, mate. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no,
Humbled.
it's great to have you on. I've sort of seen your brand and through a few sort of mutual people who we know, and I thought this guy's got a lot going on. I'm going to see if it matches. And obviously, I just sent you a message.
Sure.
Straight away, you got back to me. We're like, yeah, let's do it. So, first question: the Forge. Where did it start? Please tell me it started in Mordor on the forges of swords.
Yeah, it was like an epiphany. I think I've always had something in the back of my head that I wanted to do, and how I translated that, I wasn't too sure. So I was always going to do a blog, but I wasn't too sure how to go to market, if you like. I wasn't too sure how to present it, but a bit of investigation, try to find things out for myself. I sat on it for 2 years, probably 2 years I probably sat on it. But then I was like, I'm just going to use my own advice and do everything that you should want to do, So I would say it's probably in its infancy just now. I built it from scratch myself, kind of thing, with a bit of help with other people that kind of know how to use IT and that sort of stuff. But it's moving forward, mate. I'm happy with it. And I think that's the main thing. Is if you're happy with it, is half the battle, isn't it?
Where did the design come from the logo? Because it's an exceptionally awesome logo, by the way. So how did that come about?
So I knew exactly what I wanted in terms of the logo. The bits, if you like, and the logo represents fear and death. It's a weird one because I wanted a kind of coat of arms, but again, I didn't know how to do it. I don't have any kind of graphics knowledge or artistic ability, so I reached out to somebody to physically draw it, but I kind of gave direction on what I wanted. Yeah,
and where did it grow from? So you got your design for your logo, and was it always going to be t-shirts and caps, or is there a bigger grand design moving forward?
It's funny because I never even contemplated launching like t-shirts or caps. Or initially I wanted to do patches because patches are quite inexpensive, and equally they don't take up a lot of room. So anybody really from any walks of life could buy one, and it was all about wanting to see what they got up to adventure wise, what they got up to with their patch. But the commonality of it all was the fact that it kind of represented the Forge, and the Forge represented the people.
It's good. And is there any meaning behind the word Forge? Is it like something that's relevant to you, or is it just an alley name that you like?
So the Forge is, if you go back hundreds of years, that's where things were made. You didn't have shops and such. You'd rock up and buy the latest handbag or Gucci shoes. So you had to build them from scratch. And equally, a lot of people these days, they want to be something else, or they want to achieve something else. So the whole idea behind it is that you forge yourself. You make yourself. You make what you want to be. So that was always going to be the name for it as well. It was just wondering, what else to say about that.
No, that's a fair point. That so, how much of your time is spent on Forge, and how much, for those who don't know, what else do you do to pay the bills, the gimmicks that come in the post?
Yeah, so my day job, if you like, is I work for a Fortune 50 company. Yeah, and I have done for it's a Fortune 50 company. I've worked for it for 20 years. Yeah. So I'm in the oil and gas industry, so it's offshore and refining. And then lately, or particularly since I've had kids, I've been here. Yeah. If you like, as opposed to being away all the time. So that's what I do day to day. It's not really a 9 to 5 because obviously I deal with countries all over the world. So sometimes you get sucked into a different call, and your time zones are all messed up. So I get to the Forge on my downtime, if you like. But it's still pretty demanding because obviously a lot of it's not automated, if you like. You spend a lot of time answering DMs and trying to make things happen and such.
Yeah, I think people can, especially in the world that we live now, of the world of now, You know, just because someone sends you a DM,
Yeah, mate.
you know, people expect, don't they? Like, if I don't get an answer back in 5 minutes, this guy's getting blocked and unfollowed, and I never want to hear from him again. So, is the Forge a shop or an industrial unit, or is it in your garage, or is it in your spare bedroom? Where is it, or is it just online and then you just have somewhere where you collect all your stock from?
Yeah, it's in the cave, mate.
Yes, I love it. Surrounded by dragons and Vikings.
Yeah, I dug a cave in the garden. Just a spare room, mate. You know, it's where the office, the man cave is, and it's where I've got all my kind of medals and achievements and pictures and memories and stuff. So it's quite well suited. You kind of look about and you're reminded why you're doing it.
Yeah. So when people order from you, they just get in touch with you via Instagram, and then you just dispatch it from there.
Yeah, exactly, mate. It's all via DM and such like that. It's not meant to hide anything. It's just easy at this point. That's going to change. I've set the wheel in motion for that to have a kind of shop front. And yeah, so it's just to try and make things easier for myself, give me more time, and equally I'll let other people kind of see what's what. And it won't be cryptic. You know, you'll know straight from the outset what's happening.
I think I see now with sort of my entry into the world of Instagram or Fakestagram or whatever we want to call it. A lot of people are starting really cool sort of online brands. And I just wonder if this is going to be the shift away from conventional sort of brands, you know, like the bigger names, and people are going to wear sort of like yourself, and a few of my pals have got brands. I don't know the guy's name, but he was on the BBC last night, and he was wearing is it True Dark? Do you know
True Dark. I have got a lot of stuff from True Dark.
Well,
yeah,
he was wearing
myself.
Yeah, he was wearing a True Dark coat. Like, I've seen that all over Instagram today. And
was it the lad that was in the Line of Duty?
Yeah, that's a fella.
Yeah, the scooter. Yeah. Because I noticed that and actually sent him a message saying, you know, this guy's got your jacket on.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Like, yeah. I noticed it straight away because I've got the same jacket.
Oh, that's amazing! Like, and that's
so
cool.
I went up and wore it. I wore it during the episode.
Oh,
I'm only kidding.
I just wore that jacket and nothing else. I was naked watching the episode, just
zipped up, drinking a beer,
and I pretended I was doing drug busts all around the sound.
Forward rolls through your kitchen.
Yeah, going firm in the downstairs toilet. Yeah. But it's good, and a friend of mine has another brand called Red Coat Apparel, and
I know them as well. Yep.
Yeah, Smudge is my mate, and he doesn't live too far from me.
That's right.
And Tom Hardy bought a T-shirt off him when he was doing the Venom shoot.
Epic.
Like, and Smudge tells a more better story than me, but basically Tom Hardy wore that T-shirt, and then eventually it just went like this. See you later. And I think it's really cool because there's a lot of really sort of just normal people who've got great ideas saying, do you know what? I didn't grow up in the LA fashion scene, but I know what a fucking awesome patch is. What an awesome T-shirt looks like. And it's great. You've got a good following. And how do you manage personal life and social media life so it doesn't conflict one into the other? So I get hammered all the time from Zero Charlie, like, because I spend far too much time rounds down range, mate, every single day. Incoming. How do you manage the two between keeping that front up of like, oh yeah, we're here, and actually I need to see my kids and go out with my wife? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you kind of forget about them. It's just like me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at it because I juggle quite a bit. Like, I'll blast social media for half an hour and I'll leave it. I'll do something else, etc. So generally at the weekend, I'm always doing something. You know, my kids have got clubs and stuff like that, swimming lessons, ice skating. What else? Gymnastics on a Sunday. So that's a given. That's a given. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then equally, I've actually got quite an understanding partner in that she lets me be me.
Yeah. Cool.
You know, I think a lot of people, they kind of try to conform once they get in a relationship, and I've always been pretty lucky that I'm still allowed to be the person that she met 10 years ago.
Look, on that point, right? When someone meets the missus, right?
Yep.
When you first lock eyes across the dance floor or wherever it is,
yep.
She was on that Friday or Saturday night. She was looking for an eagle. So why now, 5-10 years later, does she want a duck? Do you know what I mean? Like, you just have to
100%.
And I know loads of people who have turned into like Donald Duck. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even recognise them anymore. I'm like, that guy like there.
Not allowed out.
Yeah, he used to be a killer. Now look at him. He's painting the shed on a Saturday afternoon. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's completely changed. But nah, it's good. And I'm the same as you, mate. I've got a sound missus, and I owe a lot of my success actually, and where I am now down to her, because if she'd have been if she'd been dramas or a nightmare, I think I'd have been sleeping in my one-man basher at the side of the road. So,
somewhere in a drunken
I'd be living my Instagram life. I'd be forced to live in the hills all the time because, you know, when you start running a business and you've got like yourself, a full-time job, all of a sudden 24 hours in a day just doesn't seem to be long enough. You know, I sort of work on the front of 6 hours sleep a night.
I'm the same. I'm the same, more or less the same. And everybody kind of wants to go into studies about sleep and all that sort of stuff, but that's all I need. I don't need 8 hours sleep. My body will wake up itself.
Yeah.
You know?
Sleep when you're dead. That's what I say. Get all his heads that you want.
Yeah, I've got 2 kids under 7. It's not going to happen. So,
wow. Who on your Forge page? I see a lot of people sort of from police to soldiers to paramedics. Like, you've got a really good following. What do you put that down to? Do you put that down to you being personal with people and sort of giving a little bit more of Graeme away than the Forge? What do you put that down to?
I think a lot of it comes down to respect. It's only my one regret in life. I don't have any other ones apart from the fact that I didn't serve, and I'm happy. Okay. So I'm happy to help the ones that do. Yeah, did. So
you must be the only bloke in Scotland who's not been in the army.
I got a job early on.
The amount of lads who I've served with. I was like, at one point, is there anyone left in Scotland, by the way? Or is it just
me drinking a can of Iron Brew?
Just someone having a bad Mars ban and Iron Brew on the Forth Road Bridge. Yeah, let's get all the stereotypes in. Riding a Highland cow all over the place.
And my kilt.
No, fair play, mate. Some people just don't end up going down that route.
Sure, mate.
But it's like, when I first saw your profile, I was like, I thought you did serve.
A lot of people have. A lot of people said that. I
think that's just because you show that much respect. You show the same respect as what I see from people who have served.
Sure, mate. Sure.
So yeah, you get like a lot of people. I see it all the time. Is there a girl who's I want to say a firewoman? Is that right?
Yeah, Laura.
Yeah,
she lives in down in Devon. She's a fire officer
fire officer.
Yeah. So she's
Is that a new phrase? Can we not say a fireman or woman? Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm not too sure. I think we have to be kind of non-gender specific these days. Fair enough. I just say eagles and ducks, mate. That's how I get away with it. Who do you want to fly with? Who do you want
to fly with? Do you want to fly with the Quackers or do you want to fly with the Eagles? It's up to you. So, how was your journey into Instagram and what else? What other platforms are you on, and what sort of do you like about social media and what don't you like about social media?
Right. So, social media, I initially started off on Twitter.
Right. How many blokes wanted to fight within a week?
It's insane because a lot of people just want to kind of instigate conversation, but it generally goes down the wrong route of conversation. You know, it's just a bag of grief. So I kind of shied away from that. After a certain point. It still goes and still live, but the majority of my time is taken up with Instagram because I just think it's an easy platform to use, and equally you can share other people's stuff fairly easily. Yeah. So it's always been like this, like all my kind of posts of positivity and happiness, if you like. It's always been that way. It's never been about, you know, selfie. Here's me in my car. Here's me somewhere else. You know, that's cool. I know what your face looks like, mate. Let's see what you do.
Yeah.
You know?
Just on that there, I was
Yep.
down in North Wales a few weeks ago on like a scrambling course.
Sure.
And I drove past a lot of guys, and they were getting the missuses to take pictures of them, like stood next to the BMWs. And I just put the window down and I was like, "Botters!" Like, I just think it's so.
I thought you were going to tell me they had a selfie stick, and they were like,
"No, well, a selfie stick would have been really close, but they were like doing the full-on pose. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, what? I even slowed down and look. I was like, what are these botters doing? And I was like, I thought, I can't handle this. And
we all like a selfie, but
yeah, we do. But it's got to be more alley than stood in front of a BMW in a car park.
Yeah, that's not theirs.
Yeah, which is probably on lease hire from Hertz.
My mate's BM.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough. Yeah, so the old social media is key.
Yes.
And how do you think on Instagram? Is there anything you like about Instagram? There's one thing I'd like to change. I don't really see the relevance of seeing how many people follow someone else to how many people they follow. Like, I understand it from if you're a business as like an analytics point of view. Sure. But I would like to see Instagram remove that so it's not visual, because you should judge someone on the content of the putting out, not figures in the top right and left. And actually, I heard Kanye West on I think it was on a podcast or an interview, but he said he would like to see Instagram remove that. He said because people are getting sort of judged and bullied on like how many followers to unfollowers, and I just thought, in a way, he's right, because as a race of people, we've always been tribal. It's always been the blue jumpers versus the red jumpers, and that's what happens. And I don't know if it happens to you, but like this whole follow unfollow game, I just find
that kills me. Oh mate,
it's just the shittest crap in the world.
It's like my profile isn't it's not locked, so you can see from the get go what you're getting. Yeah. And then, you know, I'll call them out. Actually, I've started taking screenshots and saying, appreciate the follow, then the unfollow. You know, have a good day.
Yeah. I've got this like ghost app which tells me you've been followed, and then it'll instantly tell you you've been unfollowed. And I'm like, if this is the same person that's just sent me a photo, and all I do is I screenshot it and whack it in my stories, and I just put loads of ducks all over it, and I just think,
quack.
Do you know what I mean? I just have no time for it. I just think, look, if you think your social media strategy is follow, unfollow, then you have no strategy, because people are interested in people. They're not interested in, I've got 35,000 followers and only follow one person. Who are you, like Freddie Mercury or Chuck Norris? Like, them's the only two people who I think who could genuinely get away with like having not. Like, if Chuck Norris didn't want to follow me, I'd be like, well, it's Chuck Norris, isn't it? He just round kicked my head off. So, but there's some people who proper believe in their own hype, and I just think, dude, you've got like 1,000 followers. Don't get carried away with yourself. Do you know what I mean? Don't all of a sudden think, well, I must be the king, so here we go.
I think that's key, mate. I think that's key, is just to stay quite grounded. And equally, you've got guys and girls that'll get 20,000 followers, and it's just garbage. Yeah,
have you noticed? I sort of noticed with Instagram, if someone says it seems to be a level to sort of comments and likes relevant to sort of the how many people are following them. Sure. And I think what sort of happens is, as you maybe go up increments of say 100 or 500, you might get an extra sort of 25 views per few hundred. Yeah. Because even if you look at sort of people with massive profiles, like I think The Rock, he has like 2.3 million followers or something like that. Madness. And I saw one of his posts, and he had like 25,000 likes. Well, if you do the sort of divide figures there, it's no different to sort of where we are. Do you know what I mean? It's no sort of different. And I think
it's transferable. Yep.
It's transferable all the way up the scheme. But definitely, like it does. That's the only thing I don't like about Instagram. Like, I love it, the visual side, but this whole follow unfollow game, and all the women who send you photos and that and all that sort of carry on, like, oh please,
Send
like,
me a free t-shirt.
yeah, yeah, send us a.
I'll model it for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll model it for you, and you'll get nothing from it. All right. All right. It sounds a fair enough cop.
Yeah, man.
Where are you? Oh, I'm in Timbuktu. Well, I'll get in the car and I'll drive it to you now. It'll only cost me £700 in fuel, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. But yeah, it's crazy. So, away from the forge, what sort of hours are you pulling in your normal job, in your day job?
Usually, I try to kind of, when it gets to 5:15, I'll disappear. And that's
Right.
not to say that I won't do any work. You know, sometimes you're getting on calls later on when you get home, but that's when I'll try to disappear. Because I've got kids, they need to be other places at night as well. So you do the dad job and you jump in the car and you take them, and then usually I'll just hang about. You know, I'll just kind of park up outside the place and do some social media, or I'll read a book. So,
oh, that's interesting. What? We'll touch on that. Books. What do you read? Audio, or are you old school, man? Paper?
I'm old school, mate. I like the feel of paper, because, and I think that's actually down to looking at a screen and being on social media so much.
Yeah.
I want to read something that's actually tangible. So I prefer hardback books as much as you pay through the nose for them. I prefer to have them.
What do you read now? Or have you read at the moment that's sort of good?
So just now I'm currently reading High Performance Habits.
Wow. Who's that by?
I can't even remember, mate.
Oh, okay.
It's not interesting. It's
Tom Gadget.
But it's good. It's a good book, actually, because
what does it touch on, like sort of business models and successful people? What do they do to sort of,
initially it talks about that people aren't successful because that's just how they're born. It's little things done well, and it's kind of put into 6 baskets, if you like. Six habits that you have to do in order to kind of have a pull-through effect. So if you're sucking at one, being better at the other will naturally bring that up.
Yeah.
So I've got faults, and obviously I'm trying to see the psychology or the statistics behind how to fix that.
Well, I mean, we've all got faults, and I said to you earlier, and I'll say it again, is one of my biggest faults is, and I'm definitely have to learn from it, is that I'm a sort of ready, shoot, aim guy. Like sometimes I don't think about, like, if someone sort of wrongs me, I'm like, fire mission, and I'm just straight away, I'm manning the guns. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just like putting the phone down and just walking away.
Ready, shoot, aim. I like it. I like it.
I remember this is like a year and a half ago. I was doing some freelance work for a company, and he hadn't paid me, and I'd sort of like messaged them, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're getting it sorted. To be with you by the end of the week." Blah blah blah. Sort of 3 weeks later, Emma's coming in the house, and I'm coming out the house, and she's like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "Right, I'm going to Carlisle to fill this block in." Do you know what I mean? That's it. Like gum shield in my pocket. I'm like, "Nah, I'm going to Carlisle to fill this block in." And she's like, "John, just calm down. I'm sure there's a reason." I'm like, yeah, there's a reason for it. He thinks I'm a mug, so we're gonna go see all about it. And I sort of got in the car. She started to come out. She's like, just ring them one more time.
Like, just nip by McDonald's and see how you feel after it. Get yourself a McFlurry. And
that is something I have to work on, because sometimes I am a bit like, oh really? Okay.
Shoot for the hip.
But yeah, and sometimes it's not a bad thing, because people are like, they know exactly where they stand with you. And I don't know, like you today on your post, I was laughing because you're not the only one who did it, but I put that the home of accountability, and because at the moment there's loads of us saying that all the time where I'm from, and it's just
you are accountable for your actions.
Exactly.
Nobody did it.
And we're all, there's like a group of us, and every single thing, like someone was late for the gym tonight, and it was like, we just stood there like that. Yeah, I know, I'm late, I'm accountable. Like, don't make excuses, don't say this like to kids or this or that. It's like,
I'm accountable. I like it.
Accept. And yeah, it's an important thing, isn't it? So
yeah, of course.
What do you listen to other podcasts? Have you listened to anything like Gary V or?
Yeah, Gary V. Oh, I love Gary V because he's just so direct and he swears. Swearing's good, man. Like, I work in an office with engineering guys and stuff like that, and you know, if you swear, it's a good day.
Yeah, it's
full of angst, and you get a chuckle at it as well. But Gary V for sure. Mentors for military. I've followed them probably since day one.
Oh,
Robert
really?
Gowan, Robert Gowan and Mike Pritz and Kat Caitlin, all the guys out there. They're doing a great job actually because they're quite diverse in terms of the people that they get on. So that's usually what I'll try to listen to in the car.
Yeah,
yeah.
Gary V's the man. Like, I've been listening to Gary V for about.
Same with Joe Rogan as well. There's tons of good podcasts because it's a good kind of media. You know, you can listen to it in the car, in the bath. You know, anywhere that you can just kind of chill out and
yeah,
it's good. I
like Joe Rogan. I like the way Joe Rogan has a vast variety of guests on, so you sort of get a good sort of overview of the world.
Yeah, mate.
It does go like, I don't know how he keeps people on for like 3 hours. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's when you've got the Joe Rogan money, that's what you can do. But go on, like on the Gary V thing. If you're in business, or you must be listening to Gary V because
absolutely
every single
he's
thing.
On point. He's absolutely on point.
Yeah, every single thing he says, it's just like, yeah, I can apply that to what I'm doing, and it's every single person who I know who's in business. It's like, are you listening to Gary V today? I was like, oh yeah, I've listened to him. Oh, it was class, wasn't it? And I listen to that much now.
What did he say? What did he say? Tell me.
Just what was he on about the other day? Like, become whatever you do, be the best at it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you own it and say, no, I'm the best at that.
It's all about trying, I think, mate. And I think a lot of social media is about people want to try and conform to what they think is cool at the time, you know, the latest bag or this and that. And I'd much rather follow the zany, aloof characters, you know, the digital nomads, you know, people that are putting out kind of digital content and stuff like that. You've never even heard of them, but yet their stuff is fire, you know, these kind of people. So, they're the kind of people that I like to follow. Is, you know, people that you've never even heard of, but they're just happy doing what they're doing.
Yeah, there is some good stuff, and Brendan Schaub. Have you heard of Brendan Schaub? He was a UFC fighter. And
yep.
Yeah, he was a bit average, but he's got another podcast now with a guy called Theo Von, who's another comedian. And some of the stuff that they go on about,
just bounce off each other.
Yeah, it's just
That's cool.
Like, this, how funny it is. For those who don't know, like I drive the old trucks, and sometimes when I'm bored and I'm on a particularly long journey, I listen to podcasts. And one time they were talking something so funny, I had to literally pull over because I was laughing that much. I was like, I am literally going to overturn this truck in a minute.
Yeah, you're in command of a heavy goods vehicle.
And I'm absolutely laughing my box off. And do you know, like, it gets to a point where I was shutting my eyes. I was like, I'm literally driving with my eyes shut now. I need to pull over. But podcasts are a good way to sort of release and have a bit of time away. And I do a lot of stuff where I'll go to the cinema and I don't really care what's on, and I'll just take an A4 piece of paper with a biro, and I'll just be sitting there, and an idea will pop into my head, and because I've turned my phone off and it's sort of silent bar in the movie, I just start like banging ideas out. You know what I mean? And before you know it, I've just created all this fire, and I'm like
a mind map, mate. A mind map.
Yeah, mind. Yeah, that's the word for it. A mind map. And then you come out, you're like, oh yes, I've got all this. I've got all this to act on. I was trying to do it last week in Endgames, but I got sat next to an absolute lunatic. Like, just from the word go, like, this woman sat next to me and she grabbed hold of me. She's like, are you excited? I was like, no, I'm 35.
Not half as much as you, though.
Yeah, not anywhere near as much as you. And I'm in for a long 3 hours, I can tell you that much. And she was like, I've never known a woman. I mean, she ate for 3 hours. Like, I thought, like, how are you still? What are you eating? How big's that popcorn? Like, is this like universal popcorn? And she was like, "Oh, that's this is this guy, you know." And I'm like, "I'll just watch the movie."
Thanks. No, I'm good.
Like, Yeah, I think
Keep your
I've
skills.
I've got the plot now. Thanks. Yeah, that's Thanos. All right, is it? Yeah, cheers. I think I worked that bit out. But yeah, that aside,
She's nice. She sounds nice.
What talking about sort of leisure stuff? What do you do to sort of downtime with the family? What's your thing?
So to take it back, I feel like I never grew up with football, which is probably the only person in Scotland that didn't grow up with football. I never followed a team.
Wow.
Where I lived, you know, I was when I was younger, I was from the scheme on a council flat in my folk, and we were brought up never to support Rangers or Celtic. We were told.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mate. Because it was just too much grief where we lived. So we had to support our national team, which is obviously Scotland, and that kind of served as well.
Yeah.
So it's you get into kind of corners and things. So didn't play football. I played hockey, and then played hockey for the school and in the district, and then I started work, and I was like, I used to watch tons of kind of skateboarding movies. It was videos at the time. It wasn't DVDs, man. It was videos.
Yeah.
Videos, top loads on Betamax. So, used to watch skateboarding movies, snowboarding, surfing. So I got into the kind of extreme sports, if you like, from a young age.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and then it got to the point that I thought, I'm either going to keep watching this or I'm actually going to take it up. And that's what I did. In 2007, I started snowboarding, and then I've been all over the world now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, well, no one's ever been glassed, have they, down the old snowboarding track for having the wrong jump right?
Yeah, that's right. Like, and the thing is, the skiing and snowboarding is just a formality. It's all about the après, the Jaeger and the beer and stuff like that, the good time. So as soon as it hits midday, you kind of park up your gear and that's you on it for the duration.
Is that what you did when you went to Chamonix?
I went to Chamonix. Yeah. So I went to Chamonix, and actually it had been 10 years since we'd been to Chamonix, and we hooked up with our friend that we met 10 years prior, Rebecca.
Oh wow!
And also, just to kind of go touch upon the kind of whole social media aspect, I had put out a story just as kind of inviting people along, because I'm that way inclined. Yeah. And actually, one of my followers, Gail, she's on Instagram as Appalachian Gail. She actually came out. She came to Chamonix as well, and we went for breakfast and lunch, and went clubbing at night and that sort of stuff. So there's somebody that you'd never met apart from just online, and bang, there you go. Good times to be had, and that's you BFFs for life, mate.
Yeah. I've got this sort of image in my head of Chamonix, right? I've met a lot of people who've been to Chamonix, and it's normal sort of like middle class.
That's expensive, mate.
Yeah, and everyone wears like orange trousers. Like what's
You're right, orange trousers, and then kind of tie their jumper around their neck.
Yeah, I've got this like. I met a guy and he's like, "Oh, John, have you ever been to Chamonix?" And I was like, "Nah, I've been Benidorm though." He's like, he'd never been to Benidorm.
There is an abundance of Canada Goose jackets in Moncler.
Okay.
There's tons of that sort of stuff. But equally, you've got the kind of good time people that are there for a good time and not to pose. So you get a bit. There's a balance.
What's so Chamonix is a pricey place, is it? Is it?
To be honest, actually, I didn't find it pricey. 10 years ago, we had to take 2 flights. So we would have flew to Heathrow, jumped off the plane, grabbed something to eat, jumped on another plane straight to Geneva, and then a taxi or a bus to Chamonix. That's you wasted a day. Now you can just hop on a flight from Edinburgh. You're an hour 50 on the flight to Geneva, and then a bus an hour. So the funny thing is we're actually booked up again. I've already booked my flights for February 2020. So we get the red eye out, 6:50 flight, and then the flight on the Monday home is something like 5 at night. So you're there pretty much 4 days. And
what do you do when you're there? Do you predominantly just snowboard, or do you do anything else apart from snowboard and go on the lash?
Yeah, you do both. So that's the thing about Chamonix, is it's like a kind of winter sports alpinists heaven.
Yeah.
You can go and jump on the bubble. It'll take you up the Aiguille de Midi, and you can just go to the kind of the viewing deck and just check out all the scenes in Mont Blanc in the distance and stuff. Or you can go to paragliding.
Nice.
So you can go up in the bubble again, up to Franz Platz, and then you've got like an instructor who'll strap you to his parachute and that sort of stuff, and you'll literally just kind of run off the mountain.
Wow.
Yeah, and hope for the best. So there's tons of things you can do. You can also go climbing as well.
Ice climbing and that.
Oh, whatever you want, mate. It just depends on the time of year. You could probably go climbing during the summer as well. It's one of those all year round places that you can. There's always something to be done, because a bit like Whistler in Canada, when it's not in season, when it's not in season and you're in summer, then the slopes become downhill mountain bike tracks.
Yeah.
So it's like Adventure Central. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of deaths in these kind of places and stuff, and they've had a bit of a record year the past couple of years with deaths and crevasses and things like that, the Valley Blanche and stuff like that. So it tends to be when you go off piste, folk think it's for all the cool powder, but they don't realise that you're on a glacier.
Yeah.
You're never seen again, sadly.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, what sort of we did Morocco just after Christmas, and we had an amazing time.
Sure.
But the food, like, I'm used to it with being ex-army. The food is absolutely shocking, mate. Like,
sure, average.
Yeah, we was on tagine, like tagine every single day and night. Tagine. What's for tea? Tagine. Like, any other option, chef? Nah, there isn't that. Like, so,
this is my speciality, making it.
I'm gonna give it a miss tonight. What are you gonna eat? I've got Pringles and 5 Haribos left. But I take it the food out in old Chamonix top notch, is it?
Oh, it's first class. There's a great restaurant. We went to one called Moo, and it actually stands for the three guys that actually own it.
Oh, right.
I think it was from Scandinavia. And then you've got the Folie Douce, right, which roughly translated means tender madness. Wow. And that's exactly what it's like, mate.
I've been to a nightclub called the Tender Madness before. It was in Blackpool.
Really? Oh, Brighton. I've been to Brighton also from my head office.
Class.
Chamonix is nice, mate. It's a good vibe.
It's something I'll have to check out. Where else do you like to go? Obviously, you must have done the Cairngorms, have you? And
Cairngorms loads. Like, if I was to go snowboarding or skiing in Scotland, that would be my go-to resort. Cairngorms, love Cairngorms, love Canada. I've been to Canada loads. Been to Banff, Lake Louise, Calgary, Whistler.
Banff's mega, innit? We did adventure training over there a good few years ago, but beautiful country, all Canada like. And
that's the thing, it's actually just like Scotland, it's just on a grander scale. It's the same kind of weather, mountains and wildlife and stuff. It's just a bit bigger. But I love Canada. And then a wee bit closer to home, kind of summer holidays, we usually scoot down to Newquay, down in Cornwall.
Oh, really? Wow, that's a good old punch.
So we're back down in June for 2 weeks. We've got like
nice.
an apartment just next to the beach. So can't wait, mate.
That
kind of balances me out. I love just kind of shutting off.
No, that's classic.
And listen to the ocean.
You can't beat that, can you? And I've been down to Newquay. It's a nice part of the world down there.
We've went the past 6 years.
I love to travel, actually.
Sure.
It kind of blows my mind when people don't really go anywhere. I'm like, how have you not been anywhere? Like life is an adventure, and you get one shot at it. And once you're brown bread, that's it. There's no rerun. Like, I wish I'd gone there. Or I wish I'd done that. Like, well, just take the word "I wish" and just change it and say "I have."
I will.
Yeah, and there's still places in the world.
Yeah,
there's still places in the world where I want to go, and I'm going. It's as simple as that. And just find a way. People always find a way to buy rubbish and buy crap, and
that's it. You'll save up for the latest handbag and that sort of stuff, and it's like everybody else has got that. Why do you want it? You're not standing out. It becomes a me too. I call it a me too product.
Yeah.
I want it because everybody else has got it, but you could take out 500 quid and you could go to Chamonix. Go to Chamonix with me, 500 quid.
Bosh, there we go. There's the offer.
Have a time of your life. Memories will last, a lifetime.
Yeah, it's all about making adventures. Graeme, we're absolutely smashing through this, mate. So I'll tell you what we're going to do.
Go on.
We're going to sort of start to close down the show, and I love this part. So the 5 watts, mate. The 5 watts. So the first one. What's the greatest advice you've ever been given?
Do the hard shit first.
Do the hard shit first.
We seem to be a kind of master of procrastination and stuff like that. I mean, even when I was at uni, I done it. You know, you're given a piece of work, and the guy or the girl tells you you've got 4 weeks to do it. So you'll stretch it out for the 4 weeks, because obviously, you know, I've got plenty of time. And then equally, you can be told, right, you've got 2 weeks to do the exact same piece of work, and you'll do it in 2 weeks, because work tends to fill the time allowed. So when it comes to Monday, new week, new day, I try to do all the hard stuff that you'd want to put off to the end of the week. I try to do that first.
Yeah, no, that's a great one, that. Second, what's on your bucket list? Either personal or business or any other?
Bucket list. I've never skydived, and I'd like to.
Yeah.
It's one of the rushes that I still fancy experiencing, and I've never done that as yet. Not to say that it won't happen. It's just that the opportunity or whatever hasn't come up.
Would you like to? Would you go for it solo, or would you be like tied in?
Tied in, I think, because obviously because I haven't been. If I jump out the plane, I'm not going to get to do it at the second time.
one time issue. But, yeah, no.
I'll learn. I'm a quick learner.
Yeah, well, you'd have to be.
Another thing actually on the bucket list. It's not even on the bucket list, but there's a Onach Aigach Ridge up in Glencoe in Scotland. So it's like a big kind of massive traverse. So that's been on my wish list, if you like, for a while. But I'm here to tell you it's happening, brother.
Mint, that's it.
I'm talking to a couple of guys. There's a guy, Green Earth Pathfinder. Leo. Yeah. So we're making that happen. And then also another guy that's going to come along is Paul Barrett, and he owns Proper Adventure.
Ah, right. I don't
if you
know
follow them, so he's massive into adventure and stuff like that, and documenting good times.
Leo's a big fan of yours, isn't he? He had one of your t-shirts on when we did the Blend Caffrey thing. And he got
I think it's a backslash, if you like. I think support, if you like. You know, it's
that's the game, innit? Do you know what I mean?
The other thing is there's talking about support. Actually, there's a guy, Steve Clench, Scuba Steve.
Right.
He's doing some stuff for charity for Rock to Recovery.
Right, cool.
He's going to be doing 24 hours of the Penny Fan and 24 hours of Ben Nevis. So how many ascents and descents you can do in 24 hours? So I've done the Fan and Ben Nevis, and it sucked both times. So to do it for over 24 hours. So for the Nevis one, I'm going to boost up in the car and try and keep him company. Because I think doing these kind of things as a group is hard. Doing it yourself when you've got no support and nobody kind of clapping for you, that's going to suck. So I'm going to boost up in the car and see.
You know, mate, you're totally right. I tried to do a 50 miler on my own once, and accountability came all the way home. Do you know what I mean? I
literally all the way home.
it was bananas, mate. I literally went blind. Like my long-term vision went.
Right.
I lost like the ability to like even open a packet of crisps, and
your body just shut down.
Yeah, I wet myself.
Wow.
I was in.
Wow, you really did.
About mile 42, I was like, I think I've had better ideas.
Let's not do that again.
No Haribos left. No Pringles left. No Flapjacks left. I was like, oh dear, I think I'm in trouble. Can anyone say anything that's more than 3 meters in front of the face? No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm in trouble.
Take me.
Yeah, it was. I had to phone him. I had to book out. I had to phone a mucker and say, RV5, mate. I'm in bad.
Bring a big back meal. I need it.
I'm in a bad way, mate. I've underestimated the task in hand. Third, what? This is a good one. What's your toughest day?
Toughest day as in that I've experienced in life, or generally during the week? What's the toughest day?
Something that's either sort of where you've had to like really dig deep and get back up off the floor. Do you know what I mean? Either, you know, bad day in business or bad day personally, or just something where you thought, I'm glad that's 24 hours is behind me.
I think I've had a few. To be fair, I've had a few of them, and because of my Instagram's all positivity and happiness and stuff, I generally don't touch upon things that kind of have happened, if you like. because shit happens to everybody. So what's the point?
Yeah.
The toughest day, a hard one was actually a funeral for a 6-year-old girl.
Wow. Yeah.
And it was actually one of my best mates' little girl that had cancer, and we undertook the 3 Peaks challenge last year to raise money for the family. Because obviously you're off work, you're not making money and all that sort of stuff. You just try to lighten the load. You've got enough to worry about that you don't have to worry about the the kind of admin, if you like.
Yeah, definitely.
So when that kind of came to a wee bit of closure, it was pretty hard because I was annoyed that we couldn't fix it.
Yeah.
Despite not being doctors, I was annoyed that we couldn't fix it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It wasn't a problem that money would fix, and I was annoyed that happened.
Yeah,
I still am a lot of the time. When I go,
I
think about it.
It's awful, isn't it? Especially youngsters passing away. It's awful. Moving on to the 4th, what's your happiest day?
Happiest day.
I know you've got wins, but that's fine if you say your children. That's what everyone says who's got kids. But if we can sort of have a personal or a business, do you know what I mean? Like something you thought, yes, I've absolutely nailed it. Or
one of my happiest days was actually getting my degree.
Mint, yeah.
Because
that'll do it.
Yeah, I did my degree part-time over 4 years, so I still had like a full-time job. So I was doing, at the time, pressure was on. I was doing like 60 hours a week of work, traveling all over Barcelona, the Shetland Islands, at the power station, that sort of stuff. And equally, when I get home Tuesday and a Thursday, you were 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock in uni, and then your weekends you were smashing out coursework and assignments. And I did that for 4 years. So
fair play.
That was pretty hard. That was probably one of my happiest days. But as a person, I'm generally happy every day, mate. I'm neither up or down. I'm neither up or down.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm pretty mellow.
Fair enough. The 5th and final, what's next?
What's next? Lots coming, mate. I've got a few adventures with some of the Insta fam. I touched upon Scuba Steve. It's going to Ben Nevis and that sort of stuff. I've got the Ridge Chamonix coming up.
Yeah.
The Forge is going to change slightly, and it's going to be
right.
Yeah, it's going to go kind of website styley.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be like kind of the Forge version 2.0, mate.
Mint.
So that's going to ramp up a wee bit, and I'm excited, mate, because I think you're more passionate about something you're excited about as opposed to being given something like a project and saying you have to run with that. So I'm excited.
A fair point, mate. I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, man.
Graeme, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate, having you on the show.
Hopefully everybody's understood me.
Yeah, we'll bang the universal translator on it for me being like northern and shit, and you being Scottish.
Excellent.
All the Southerners will be like, I just turned it off after 3 minutes because all I heard was, I thought it was a herd of whales speaking in the ocean. Yeah, fair point. Where can people find yourself, the Forge, on social media, website?
If you search for the Forge, the Forge, and then the Forge.blog on the interweb, the World Wide Web, mate. That's where you want to go.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut, the World Wide Web. But the Forge, and then equally, reach out if you get a question. I'll answer your DM. It won't sit for days. I'll talk to you.
Nah, fair enough, mate. Brilliant, mate. We'll draw it to a close there. We've absolutely smashed it.
Great, mate. So, thanks for having me.
Been ace, mate, and I'll keep following and supporting you, and keep watching me in the bath.
Yeah, we'll meet up soon, mate. We'll make something happen.
Aye, definitely. 2 seconds. Cheers.